Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. My name is Aiden Brueck, joined by legendary Canton Repository sportswriter Mike Popovich. We're here very, very close to the court here at Jackson High School for Jackson versus Hoover, a Federal League opening night, hopefully for the ages, as we see the Polar Bears take on the Vikings. Mike?
Well, you know, rarely do you see like two rivals play like in a league opener, but that's how it works out with Hoover and Jackson this year. Two very storied programs in Stark County. Hoover off to a 2-0 start this season. Two good wins against Toledo Whitmore and Akron Garfield. And Jackson coming off a really nice win over Kent Roosevelt. Jackson really inexperienced, really young, lost a lot to graduation, and they're going to be going up against a Hoover team that, if anybody is going to challenge McKinley in the Federal League, it might be this Hoover team. They're that good.
Without a doubt, Mike. I think something that's very important to talk about with this Jackson team is the fact that I'm looking at their roster and I see one freshman, two freshmen, three freshmen. I mean, I see a sophomore in there too. That's 4 underclassmen that are playing on this varsity roster. So with that being said, that says a lot about Jackson's depth in grades and also how we're going to see them play tonight. It's inexperienced, but it's still a Debevic coach team. And I think personally, if they, stay on it and stay good, I think they'll be just fine.
Well, for the better part of 30 years, Jackson has had a really solid basketball program. 2 state championships. They've had a lot of great future college players come through here and go. And they've always been able to keep that tradition going. Last year, look at what they lost last year. Mitch Frenefrock, now playing at Frostburg State. Cam Weekly, now playing at Mount Union. Kyle Monterubio, now playing at Walsh. But it's this next group of Jackson players who hope to keep their tradition going. And this year they might have to lean on a guy, one of the few experienced players coming back, Caden Loy, who scored 30 points in their season opener against Kent Roosevelt.
Yes, Mike, and Caden Loy is something that I do want to talk about for a second. He had 1 assist and 1 rebound in that game against Kent Roosevelt. Still dropped 30. One of the best pure scoring performances Jackson has probably seen since Monterubio's, what did he do, 35, 40-point game last year?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was.
It was the year before that. It was the year before that. But, I mean, those high-scoring performances are not, I guess what I'm trying to say is, those high-scoring performances aren't something that you see a lot out of Jackson because they have so many guys that can spread the love of the points. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have one guy dropping 10, you're going to have another guy dropping 12, another guy dropping 15. It works in that kind of tandem where everything adds up to being a very high-scoring game and a very fast-paced game at that as well.
Well, yeah, and now you look at a Hoover team with the weapons they've got coming back. I think one key for Jackson is they're going to really have to defend well. Hoover has really shot the ball well early in the season. They hit a ton of three-pointers against Whitman. And Brady McCann, 10 threes already in 2 games. As we're going to hear from Mike Bluey pretty soon. He's not surprised at that. He just needed minutes, and he's been able to capitalize on his minutes.
For sure, Mike. Just want to take you through a couple of things about Jackson and Hoover, both respectively. On Jackson, like we said, it's a young team, but there's also a team that will gain a lot of experience when they go to Florida, I believe at the end of the year, and they'll go to Florida, play a 3-game schedule, round-robin tournament up there. Jackson lost 3,400 points in total team scoring this offseason, and now that's 3,400 points, poof, gone, just like that. For Jackson, for Hoover, demanding schedule. Mike Bluey in the WHBC Stark County Coaches Preview earlier this year, he goes, it's a demanding schedule. We don't have one night off. And that includes all of your league games, of course. So, like you were talking about, they're shooting the heck out of the ball, but earlier in the year, before they played their first 2 games, the Hoover coaching staff had explained that they were not very satisfied with the defensive production that was coming out of their team. So after those first 2 games, hopefully they get the experience that they needed and they'll be able to bounce back on the defensive end. We had the opportunity to talk to both of these coaches, so we're going to kick it over to Mike Bluey first of the Hoover Vikings. And after that, we're going to hear from Coach Tim DeBevek. And after that, we'll get you live with an audio stream, play-by-play in color here at Jackson High School for the Jackson Polar Bears versus the Hoover Vikings.
All right, Mike, your Federal League opener against Jackson tonight. You're 2-0 on the season. What have you really liked about how your team started this year?
I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the way we've defended. We have not really shown it through scrimmages, just something that we kind of have been getting after them, and so pleasantly surprised at our first 2 defensive performances. We rebounded the ball better than I thought we would against bigger and more athletic teams. So through 2 games, that would be something I'm pleasantly surprised that has happened. But we share the ball. We play unselfish, we find the open guy, and so far we've been able to knock down some shots.
Yeah, you shot the ball really well. I went and saw your game against Toledo Whitmore on your opening night, and especially Brady McCann. 10 3-pointers in 2 games, but this isn't a surprise for you.
No, it's not. He shot it well as a junior, just didn't get a whole heck of a lot of varsity time, so nobody really knew about him, He shot it well all off season, so we aren't surprised as a coaching staff, and we're certainly happy for him. But guys are finding him. We have a couple others that are hitting open shots, and that's given him a little bit of space. So hopefully he continues it.
Hunter Hirschberg has played with you since he was a freshman. He's a junior now. What improvements has he made in his game since his freshman year?
He's come a long way defensively. He's been okay on the ball since his freshman year. That's gotten better. His great improvement defensively has been his off-the-ball defense and his ability to recognize where he should be when his guy doesn't have the ball. But, as he continues to develop, I would say I think he's really a college point guard. We play him on the wing out of necessity, but his vision and his ability to get the ball really where it needs to go, and he finds guys and puts it right into their hands so they can catch and shoot. They don't have to reach for a pass. His passing ability is incredible.
And the last thing would be Jackson, your opponent tonight. New look team this year, but judging by what they did in their opener, a team that is still dangerous.
Oh, very dangerous. They're awfully skilled. They're just young, And in basketball, I don't really know how much that matters. Skilled guys play regardless of age or grade, and they have skilled guys. They got really good size. Obviously they're well coached. And we're kind of at a disadvantage here, only being able to see them one time with that game against Kent. But hey, we're here. Federal League tip-off, and it'll be a great atmosphere. We're looking forward to it.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you.
Tim, your Federal League opener against Hoover tonight. You're 1-0 in the season, but you haven't played for a while. Do you worry about that affecting you going into tonight's game?
A little bit. You want to get on rhythm playing some games. Obviously, you want to play a couple games before we play a federal opponent. Obviously, especially Hoover. They're probably the favorite, and McKinley. So, it's hard to practice for 2 weeks. Kids want to start playing games. But, we got a young team, too. So, you got a lot of things buy into that. So, we'll see tonight how we come out. We just got to be ready. We're young. We're going to play 3 freshmen, obviously, on varsity, and some inexperienced guys that haven't played varsity many minutes. So we got one returner from last year with Caden Loy, and a lot of guys that played JV, and a lot of guys that played A3 basketball. So against a very good, veteran, well-coached team by Coach Bluey. So good test tonight. We'll see where we're at and see what we got to prove on. So, and that's what I was telling a couple guys. That's what these games are for. So see where guys are fitting in and where we're gonna get better at.
How much do you feel you're going to have to lean on Caden Loy early on? Because looked like in your opening game he was pretty much on fire for you.
He is. He's been playing varsity for 3 years. This is his 3rd year. Obviously playing varsity, and he puts a lot of work in. He's a hard worker. He can shoot the ball. He can shoot off the dribble. A lot of offensive skill. So we got to lean on him tonight. Hopefully he can make some shots and get these other guys involved. But we need all 5, obviously the bench, providing some minutes. And we need 12 guys tonight. And obviously the coaching staff he zoned in against a good Hoover Viking team.
One player I wanted to ask you about, because I saw him during football season, was Carter Mulliman. Came in as a backup quarterback in a few games for Jackson, performed really well. What's he like as a basketball player?
You know, Carter's a great kid, first of all, foremost. He's 6'5", great athlete, one of the better athletes I've coached here at Jackson. A lot of skill. He shoots the ball well. He like I said, his big ass Drew, he's got a rebound tonight for us and block shots and, kind of control the glass for us tonight. But we're looking for big things out of him. He's a good athlete. And, he's a junior and he's got to step up. He's got, obviously experience playing football, starting quarterback, 3 or 4 games. So we'll lean on him too tonight. And we expect big things out of him tonight.
And the last thing, you touched on him a little bit, but Hoover, what kind of challenges do they present for you guys?
Obviously, their defense is unbelievable. They play hard-nosed 50 defense, half-court man, and obviously Coach Blue's got his system in offensively. And, I think they're shooting the ball better. They'll put 4 or 5 guys on the floor that can shoot the 3, and we got to contest the 3 tonight. If they make 10 threes, it's going to be a long night for us. We got to limit them shots and then obviously get back. Hirschberg's an unbelievable player in the league. I mean, he's the first-team all-leaguer, and they got guys around him, too, that can shoot the ball. He's been playing varsity. So it's going to be a challenge tonight. Very, very well-disciplined, well-coached team. And like I said, they're probably favored, and they got a good chance to get to the Final Four in Division II. So our hands are full, full tonight with them, and see where we're at. Just go out here and compete and play hard for 32 minutes. That's all we're asking for right now.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks, Bob.
Ryan D'Angelo and Todd Hawk. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand if you're able and join the Jackson High School Pep Band as they perform the Jackson High School alma mater. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no others. To honor America, would you please remain standing, remove your hats, and join in the singing as the Jackson High School Pep Band performs our country's national anthem. And now, let's meet your coaches and starters for both your teams.
Hello, everybody. welcome back to the Letter Live. If you're just joining us, my name is Aiden Brueck. I'm joined with legendary Kent Repository sports writer Mike Popovich here at Jackson High School for Hoover versus Jackson in a Federal League opening matchup. Mike, you want to take us through our starters?
All right, for the Hoover Vikings, 2-0 on the season with wins over Toledo Whitmer and Akron Garfield. We have Cole Orlear. He's a first-year starter. He's averaging 3 points per game. Brady McCann leading the Vikings in scoring, averaging 16.5 points per game. He's hit 10 three-pointers already this season. Connor Newell, a good guard for the Vikings, averaging 10 points. Hunter Hirschberger, the junior, 3-year varsity letter winner, averages 11.5 points. And then we have Roman Geiselman. He averages 7.5 points per game. For the Jackson Polar Bears, as they dim the lights here or darken the gym for the player introductions for the Polar Bears, we have Chase Maurer. He's averaging, he scored 11 points in their season opening win over Kent Roosevelt. We have Caden Lloyd. He scored 30 points against the Rough Riders. He hit 3 threes. We have Carter Bulleman scored 4 points against Kent Roosevelt. A lot of Jackson fans know Carter Bulleman as who was the backup quarterback for the Polar Bears football team this season. Came in and started a few games, led Jackson to a couple of wins. Ethan O'Hare scored 10 points against Kent Roosevelt. And Mason Morris, he scored 8 points against Kent Roosevelt.
Mike, it is, there's quite a bit of pregame shenanigans. I don't want to call them shenanigans. Pregame introductions here at Jackson High School. So it took us it was still a little bit faster for us to introduce our starters, for them to introduce their starters. But we're finally getting going here.
Well, it's the home opener for Jackson here today, so they have a nice video going.
Yeah.
And as you know right now, that's the key things you want to kind of focus on is cool videos. We saw Louisville do that a number of times last year during our many visits over there. And, Jackson's capable of doing it. I know Lake's got a video board. I know we have never been there to Lake for a game. So, maybe that might be a stop and take during our run here that we're going to have for the basketball broadcast. You can see the Lake video board, but...
Well, with that being said, taking a look at Hoover's schedule, you were talking about it earlier, but they had that 30-point win over Toledo Whitmer and then went on to beat GCLC 57-48. Jackson only with a win over Kent Roosevelt 77-51. So both these teams fighting to stay undefeated so far in the season, but you really have only played 2 games before you're jumping into the head of the snake with the Federal League. So, it's anybody's ballgame.
Well, right, and I think Jackson, we saw them in the past, in addition to the Federal League, they like to really beef up their schedule. I know Hoover this year is really playing some tough opponents. I know they're going to be playing in that tournament in Massillon tomorrow, and I believe they are going to go to the shot clock shootout this season at Memorial Fieldhouse. It's the second year they're having that. So, great aspirations for Hoover this season in Division II. They have a good shot to make a deep run, but still a lot of season to play.
And as you say that, Mike, we are tipped off here at Jackson High School. Mason Morris receives the jump ball from Carter Muhlman. Muhlman has 6'5" forward for the Polar Bears. Caden Lloyd, fast firing, goes to the corner. Ethan O'Byrne, pressed up, has to give it off to Chase Moore. Moore driving in, spins around, mid-range, doesn't fall. Rebounded by Roman Geiselman. And Geiselman will hand it off to Cole O'Lear. Cole O'Lear going to be the point guard anchoring this Hoover offense today. Got to imagine lower scoring for Hoover. That's what they like to do. Hirschberger hits it back over to O'Lear. and O'Leary. Solid man by Jackson, keeping him out. Connor Newell inside, Geiselman puts it through. And with the rock, doesn't even get to the, or he gets to the rim, puts it over. And it's Hoover 2, Jackson 0 with 7 minutes to go after a minute. Ethan O'Byrne hits, Mason Morris. Mason Morris bricks that three. Milliman gets his board, stays with it outside. And it's a jump ball. Milliman actually was able to will it into the basket there. Shame that didn't count. But it's going to be Hoover ball off the jump ball.
Yeah, it's good patient offense by Hoover in that first possession. You know, we talked about the game against Whitmer that I saw. They were able to hit a lot of threes, but they were able to convert a lot that we saw down there. Geiselman underneath the basket, even Hirschberger a couple of times.
It's a one floor for Hoover as Hirschberger takes it inside. Tough finish, he gets it inside. Slashing his way to the rim, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. It's Hoover 4, Jackson 0. Hoover's student section booing every time Jackson picks up the dribble. Ethan O'Byrne makes his way in the starting lineup. Deep three, Caden Loy can't knock it. What would be a heat check goes to Brady McCann inside to Geiselman. Geiselman puts up another. It's a 6-point lead now for the Vikings. 6 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the first. Chase Moore, the primary ball handler for the Polar Bears, hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd guarded by Hirschberger. It's 1 versus 1. Lloyd has a lane inside, puts one up, finds it. He finds his way to the ground as well. No fouls to call, and Hirschberger rushes back over to the other side.
Yeah, it was a tough basket by Loy against Hirschberger.
Hirschberger hands it off. Dribble handoff to Newell. Newell, another dribble handoff to O'Leary. O'Leary goes to the corner. It's Newell. O'Leary will get it back. 3, 4 out. Newell, 3, no good. Geiselman gets the board. Geiselman goes inside to Newell. Newell doesn't turn it over. O'Leary puts it inside. Tough reverse lay and 1 for O'Leary. O'Leary only 5'9". Putting it over Caden Loy inside. And a timeout now taken by Tim DeBellick for the Jackson Polar Bears, Mike.
Wow, Cole Lear just, showing no fear at all against that height inside. Able to convert the layup. He was able to hit a couple of threes in the game I saw them play earlier this year. But man, Hoover just in the paint so far, being able to finish, being able to dominate. They get an 8-2 lead.
Yeah, and now Mike Jackson takes a 30-second. I think he's just telling his guys, chill out a little bit, slow it down. Season opener, you don't need to go that hard. And then you saw that deep shot from Caden Loy that bounced in and out of the rim. He'd clearly been practicing that, but to no avail. Out of the timeout, we got 5 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first quarter here at Jackson High School. It's Hoover 8, Jackson 2.
Yeah, it's a good time out there by Tim DeBevick. He wants things to kind of settle down a little bit for his team. Cole Lear trying to give the Vikings a 7-point lead with 5:22 to go here in the first quarter.
So O'Leary tucking his jersey in as he makes his way to the line. Hirschberger, McCann, Newell all back. The 3-guard combo. 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go left here in the first. It's Mason Morris who passes over to Loy. Loy over to Moore, and Moore drives through, pushes off. He's got some space. But the space that he made was made illegally as he is assessed a charge, and it's going to go to the Hoover side of the ring.
Yeah, there's 2 team fouls now on Jackson, none on Hoover so far. Great start for the Vikings here at Jackson.
O'Leary gets it to Hirschberger. Hirschberger contested 3, can't get it. Geiselman outboarded by Muhlman inside. Muhlman gets it to Loy. And Loy taking it past the timeline. Goes behind his back. Pushes through, tough lay, finds it. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go left here in the first. Hoover 9, Jackson 4. O'Leary to Hirschberger. Hirschberger trying to push off of Moore, but Moore is staying on his hip. Crossover, spin around, put up, no good. No charge is called, but guys have been able to get an easy lay inside. And another timeout taken by DeBevick. DeBevick is heated that there was no charging call.
And he's really heated right there. He was asking for the charge, and they might have.
And it looks like a warning now being assessed on Jackson's head coach Tim
foul
Bevick.
assessed. Yeah, looked.
Mike, if you're Jackson right now, what do you think the biggest thing and key is to come out of this timeout and get back within reach?
Well, I mean, Hoover's getting a lot of things easy inside, it seems like already. So, you know, you got to have to keep in mind with that. You know, you want to, you know, keep bodies on Hoover's three-point shooters because they can shoot the ball that well. You know, right now it's just, you know, that's where they're getting a lot of their production right now. But Jackson really needs to kind of, again, we're talking about, it is early in the game here. They're only down by 7 midway through the first quarter.
Mason Moore is going to be the inbounder from the baseline for Jackson. He'll give it to Moore. Moore picked up at half court by O'Leary, and he hands it off to Milner. It's O'Byrne over on that left wing. He hands it back over to Morris. Morris to Marr. Back to O'Byrne. O'Byrne trying to find a lane inside, picks up his dribble and hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd, fast, speeds up, kicks it back. O'Byrne, 3, can't knock it. Rebounded by Geiselman. 4 minutes to go left here in the first. We're halfway through the first quarter. It's Hoover 11, Jackson 4. Brady McCann hands it off to Newell. Newell dishes it inside to Geiselman. Geiselman loses it off his feet. And it goes out of bounds for a Jackson possession. And O'Leary now coming out. It'll be Dre Martin going in for O'Leary. That sounds very familiar to a name I'm all familiar with.
Yeah, Jackson got a couple of good open looks early on from 3. One from Loy and one from O'Byrne down there. Couldn't get him to fall.
O'Byrne to Moore. Moore assessing the situation over on that left wing. Hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd looking to dice up inside. Euro step in, puts it through. With a nice carry over to his right hand, he puts it up and on the backboard to put 6 now on the board for Jackson. He's got all points for the Polar Bears. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go left here in the first. Hoover 11, Jackson 6. Hirschberger hands it off inside. Dre Martin dishes it to Geiselman. Great pass and a great finish from the Vikings. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left here to go now in the first. It's Hoover 13, Jackson 6.
Yeah, I believe Geiselman's 4-4 from the field. He's got 8 points now.
Morris inside, posts up, and Morris 6'6". He's got some size in there, making things work. He's going to be big on the glass. Had 7 rebounds in their first game against Kent Roosevelt. 2 of those being offensive boards, so not afraid to put it back and take his guys' shots for himself. Newell taking it back to the key. 3 out, 2 in. Dre Martin dribbles through, kicks it out. Hirschberger 3, he's free, can't put it up. And it's taken back, and Dre Martin kicks it over to Newell. Newell, deep 3, can't knock it. While Newell can't knock it down, it will be a Jackson ball with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. 5-point game. Jackson steadily crawling back after that strong start, that 7-0 run by the Vikings. 13-8 now. Hoover leads over the Polar Bears. Moore has it and hands it off to Morris. Morris back to Loy over on the left wing. Off a screen from Reelman, he'll look to try and get around Hirschberger. Hirschberger staying foot. Morris, 3, knocks it.
Number 23, Mason Morris.
Well, the big guy can shoot the ball, too.
Apparently so. We're seeing it all too well. Minute and 40 seconds left to go now in the first. It's Hoover 13, Jackson 11 off the 3 ball by Mason Morris.
You were talking about the height that Mason Morris has got in there. Another player that Jackson lost was Landon Thiel, who was a really good backup for them last season. Elected not to play basketball because he's focused on baseball before he goes to Ohio State.
A little bit of an empty possession after 20 seconds, but Hoover's Dre Martin dices up, goes inside. It's blocked by Milhelman with his shoulder, it looks. And inside it's Moore, easy lay. We're tied up at 13 apiece. 1 minute and 14 seconds to go left here in the first. So Mason Morris has got 5, Loy's got 6, and now Moore's got 2. 3 ball taken by Hoover's number 20, Brady McCann. And Brady McCann, somebody that head coach for Hoover, Mike Popovich, was talking about in the preseason, coming back. O'Byrne, deep 3, the lefty, can't get it. Oh, it comes off the backboard. I wasn't expecting that to go in, but hits the rim. That's nuts. A lucky brick from O'Byrne.
If I ever hit a 3, that's how mine would go in.
All that matters, it's in on the stat sheet. Hirschberger back to Newell. Key. Driven to that corner. Hirschberger, smart heads-up play, hits it off the defender from Jackson. And now it looks John Collins going to come in for Roman Geisman. John Collins, 6'3" senior. Very integral point. Key of emphasis for the Hoover football team this year. Now making his talents known in the basketball world. Newell inbounds it to Collins, and Collins gives it to Martin. Martin now at the Polar Bear logo, hands over to McCann. McCann back to Martin. A small rotation going by Hoover as Martin dribbles around and out. Hirschberger, left wing, takes it through from the foul stripe. Can't notch it, it's off the back of the rim. And it's going to be a Hoover ball off a mistake from Chase Moore. 1.8 seconds to go, 16 apiece. And on the inbound, it's going to be Dre Martin. It'll be a catch and shoot situation for Hoover.
Yeah, Jackson's going to put Giovanni Stands and Ethan O'Byrne back
Martin
in the
gets
game.
to Hirschberger. Hirschberger with a second left, puts one up. Can't get it, but Newell is there. I'm just kidding, nothing happened. The buzzer goes, and after the first, we're tied at 16. Jackson and Hoover here at Jackson High School. We're going to go over to a break, and we'll see you in 30. Hello everybody, welcome back to Water Live here from Jackson High School in Massillon, Ohio. Going into the second quarter, we're tied at 16 apiece. Jackson and Hoover both going back and forth. Caden Loy with 6 for the Polar Bears. And Mason Morris, a freshman this year, 6'6", he puts 5 on the board with a 3 and a putback lay for the Polar Bears. For Hoover, Hirschberger, he's got 2, and Brady McCann, he's got 3.
Well, Roman Geiselman got them going inside early on. He leads them in scoring with 8 points on the bench to start the second quarter here.
Looks like now Giovanni Stands coming in for Jackson, and Zach Zeeler coming in for Jackson as well. It's going to be Giovanni Stands over to O'Byrne. O'Byrne does the same thing again. Off the back of the rim, it falls its way in. Incredible stuff. I can't believe it. So O'Byrne, he's got 6. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go left here in the second. Same exact shot. O'Byrne, that lefty, going to be a problem for Hoover if he keeps making those. Dribbling inside, it's McCann. Tough finish. He puts it up over Morris and Zeeler. So 7 minutes, 15 seconds now. Jackson 19, Hoover 18.
Yeah, you're wondering how much time.
Inside, it's Morris and Mason Morris able to put it over a guy. I believe that was Brady McCann put that over. 6-inch height difference. So another 2. He's got 7. Dre Martin for Hoover. Looking to receive the screen. Hirschberger rolls out. And O'Lear takes it back at the logo. Back to Hirschberger on that left side. Screen by Collins. Goes behind his back. Tough work. Can't get it. No foul. He picks it up. It's going Jackson's way. And for a home opener, I know we were talking about it with Sam Borkman earlier. We were talking about 2,800 capacity, but nothing compares to the atmosphere of Jackson High School.
Well, right now, and this place is filled up pretty well since we talked with them early on. Good crowd on the opposite end. Feels like a very good crowd sitting behind us. We're down here low today behind the Hoover bench.
Yes, correct. Mason Morris hands it off to Loy. Loy receives screen from Muleman. And Muleman had the roll inside, but Loy didn't hit him. It's going to be a foul on Hirschberger. Ethan O'Byrne, the inbounder for Jackson.
Which is a good recovery by Jackson since the start of the game. Down by 9 early on, now up by 3, 21-18.
O'Byrne hits Moore on the other side of the half court. Connor Newell getting ready to check back in for the Vikings. 6 minutes, 13 seconds to go left here in the first. Chase Moore, crossover, puts one over O'Lear. Can't find it down, but that would have been a crazy ankle breaker if he got it to go. Dre Martin, past the point guard, over to O'Lear. Has one man miss. Tries to dish inside to Collins, over to Hirschberger. Hirschberger fakes one for 3 and hands it back to Dre Martin as they'll go to their secondary. Dre Martin, through his legs, trying to work through. Hits it off the foot of Muleman. And now Geiselman and Newell coming in for the Vikings. Hirschberger has not left the court yet. And honestly, Mike, I don't think he will.
No, he is probably going to be on here for a long time.
But Newell and Geiselman now in for the Vikings. Newell's got to hit it into somebody. Geiselman up inside. Blocked by Moore, but Dre Martin puts a floater and knocks it in. It's a 1-point game, 5 minutes, 37 seconds to go here in the second. Inside it's Muleman. Muleman makes one jump and puts it over Geiselman. Easy transition bucket's going to be the key to Jackson getting back in front. 5 minutes, 23 seconds now. It's Jackson 23, Hoover 20. Newell and O'Lear to front court. Dre Martin, the third guard. Over on that left corner. Tries to hit it off the foot of O'Byrne, and he does.
Jackson looking like they're sitting back in a 2-3 zone to
suppress whatever's going on inside for Hoover. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Inside is rolling Geiselman off the inbound. Apologies, didn't have a great play-by-play for that. You blink and you miss it. 5 minutes to go now. It's Jackson 23, Hoover 22. O'Byrne hands off to Loy. Loy gets ready. Step back 3. Bad look. Falls into the hands off the tipped rebound by Dre Martin into the hands of Cole O'Lear. Hirschberger. Giving it back to O'Lear. O'Lear over to Martin. Now Martin over on that left wing. Screen goes to the opposite. The lane is over to O'Lear. O'Lear back to Hirschberger. Hirschberger gets a screen from Geiselman. Tries to go inside. Loses it inside. And O'Byrne comes up with the board. It's 3-on-3. Lloyd puts one up. No good. They're not going to call a foul on the floor before Lloyd's shot was able to go up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hoover looked like they were really being patient trying to attack that zone, but Hirschberger might have, bit off more he can chew, going against 1-on-3 in there.
4 minutes, 13 seconds to go now. Morris almost loses it, but goes behind his back to stay with it. Pulls up for 3! No good. Geiselman to Martin. Martin takes it back out and resets with O'Lear. 3 minutes, 59 to go now. Head coach Blue calling a play over. O'Lear carrying, had the ball up in the air for too long. Got his man with that, but just not enough. Dre Martin coming out of the game now for number 14, Drew Taylor. Taylor, 6'1", got 6 points so far in both of their games. Moore Down the court for Jackson. O'Byrne has it on that left wing. They set up most of their stuff by that left side. O'Byrne. Great hedge by the Hoover Vikings. They shut it down. Hirschberger. Lloyd to the key. Pull-up jumper. Can't fall. Geiselman with the ball. Back to Newell. Hirschberger's in the corner, but Lloyd gets back. Newell tries to dish it inside to Taylor, but no good. O'Byrne to Moore. O'Byrne keeps it himself off the back of the backboard. And another turnover. Moore keeps it in. Lloyd back to O'Byrne. And a sloppy play from both of these teams. The ball's going back and forth on both sides.
I was going to say a minute ago, we had a pretty clean game going on right now, and then we had kind of chaos there in that about 30-second stretch.
O'Byrne, the inbounder for Jackson. Gets it to Morris. Quick three. And no good. It's off the back of the rim. Debetic smiling there on his bench. Newell, right wing. Over to Hirschberger. Hirschberger in front of Debetic.
Smooth shot by Hirschberger there, his first three of the game.
Hoover 25, Jackson 23. 2 minutes 38 to go now. Apologies, haven't been really great with the time and score for the past 3 minutes. And now Geiselman picking up a foul. That'll be his first.
3 fouls on Hoover in this quarter, none on Jackson.
Inside is Moore. Spot foul. Going to be on number 20. That's Brady McCann.
Nobody really in early foul trouble for Hoover. That's only the first foul on McCann as well. One on McCann, one on Newell.
Carter Muleman gets a quick jumper off the inbound from Byrne, but no good. Hirschberger takes it past the half-court line. He's guarded up by Moore. Mismatch. Takes it over to Drew Taylor. Drew Taylor bricks a mid-range jumper, but Geiselman gets the board. Hit him on the boards. It's Newell, deep three. Can't get it. Rebounded by Muleman. In transition, it's O'Byrne. Corner three. Can't get it. Hirschberger stays with it and gets the board. 2 minutes to go now left here in the second. It's Jackson. Hoover in the lead, 25-23 over Jackson. Minute 52 to go. Connor Newell looks to drive it inside. Pushed in the back is Hirschberger on his way to the baseline.
Foul's going to be a Chase Mauer for Jackson, his second. First guy in the game with 2 fouls. Giovanni Stans will come back into the game for Ethan O'Byrne.
Jackson receives the inbound and loses it. Hit off his elbow. It's going to be Hoover ball once again. A minute and 43 to go left here in the second. Hoover 25, Jackson 23.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Giovanni Stans, his first.
Inside is Geiselman. He's got a lane and takes it over Muleman. 1 minute 35 to go. It's Hoover 27, Jackson 23. Morris, right side. The freshman puts one up. No good. And one. That foul is going to be on number 14, Drew Taylor. And Mason Morris going to the line. So he'll shoot one. 1 minute, 28 seconds to go left here in the second. Jackson's in the bonus.
Mason Morris gets the free throw. Not playing like a freshman, up to 10 points already to lead Jackson.
Morris, a huge addition to the Polar Bears so far. As Geiselman gets it to the corner, it's Newell. Can't put it in. Geiselman back to Taylor. 3 out. 3 no good. Newell tries to tip it off the rebound and can't fall. Minute to go. It's a 1-point game. Hoover 27, Jackson 26. Caden Lloyd. Double team. They send the house. Morris. Hands it off to Loy. Loy spins. Tough pass. Over to Giovanni Stands. What a pass from Caden Loy. Spinning around midair and getting into the corner to convert the play. Jackson, 29. Hoover, 27. 38 seconds to go. Hirschberger trying to cut through Stands. Ball's poked out. That stops the clock. Cole O'Lear coming in for the Vikings. He'll come in for Drew Taylor.
Yeah, Jackson has been able to keep a couple of bodies going on Hirschberger tonight. Loy early on, and now Stands here for the last few seconds of this first half.
Connor Newell on the inbound. Hits it to Geisman. Geisman dribble handoff to O'Lear. And inside, Geisman almost beats Millman.
Carter Mulliman for the foul there for Jackson. That'll be his second. Still just 3 team fouls for Jackson. 24 seconds to go in the first half.
In between the dead ball there, Hirschberger threw it down. Newell to Hirschberger. Hirschberger catches and makes it. Or catches it and settles. Hand off to Newell. Newell over to O'Lear on that left wing. 16 seconds to go. Stolen. Loy. Transition. O'Lear goes up. Doesn't even trade a chance. And 5 seconds to go. Hirschberger. 4, 3. Right side. Kerwood. Puts one up. Can't find it. And that will be your first half of play. Jackson, after a 7-point lead taken by the Vikings early on. Jackson goes 4 over Hoover going into halftime. It's Jackson 31, Hoover 27. Mike, I got to ask you before we go to our break, a very, very important question.
Who's hot?
Wait for it. Who's hot?
Okay, who's hot? Now I spoiled it. Darn it. I spoiled it. Well, for the Vikings, they had success early inside with Roman Keiselman. He leads the way with 12 points. Jackson really spread the wealth in the first half. Unlike the first game where Caden Loy had to shoulder a lot of the load. Mason Morris, 10 points to lead the Polar Bears. But let's talk about our boy Ethan O'Byrne. 6 points on those 2 threes that he was able to bank in. I mean, we were able to... We've seen some cool-looking threes in our day. The Luke Wolf shot at the jar. Three-quarters court shot by Jenna Slates at Medina. Ethan O'Byrne, 2 key threes for Jackson to give him this 31-27 lead.
And honestly, Mike, I don't know if I consider those threes. I think I consider those bricks.
But they count.
But they did count.
If they go in.
With that being said, thank you guys for staying with us for our first half of action. We got about 8 minutes, 50 seconds left here in halftime before we go into the third quarter here at Jackson High School. We're going to kick it over to our Be Right Back screen, play you some fancy music in the meantime, and we'll get you early before halftime is over to give you our halftime report. Thank you for listening to The Letter Live. I'm Aiden Brueck. This is Mike Popovich, and we'll see you very soon. everybody. I'm Aiden Brueck, joined with legendary Canton repository sports writer Mike Popovich, and we are here for the Letter Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. Woo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live.
From Jackson High School.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live.
I had a feeling.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live. My name's Aiden Brueck. If you're just joining us, this is Mike Popovich. Whoa, let me restart. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. If you're just joining us, if you're new, my name is Aiden Brueck. I'm joined with legendary Canton repository sports reporter Mike Popovich, and we are here live, sideline access to Hoover and Jackson in the Federal League opening night here at Jackson High School. Currently going into the third quarter, it's Jackson 31, Hoover 27. And we talked about it a little bit before we went to the break, but Mike, who are the big top scorers for both of these teams currently?
Well, for Hoover, Roman Geisman leads the way. He has 12 points, scored 8 of them in the first quarter. Other scores for Hoover, Brady McCann with 5 points, Cole O'Lear with 3 points, Hunter Hirschberger with 5 points, Dre Martin with 2 points. Leading Jackson, Mason Morse, the freshman, he has 10 points. Caden Loy, 8 points. Ethan O'Byrne, 6 points. Giovanni Stans, 3 points. Chase Maurer, 2 points. Carter Bulliman, 2 points. All adds up to a 31-27 lead for Jackson entering the second half. Great regroup by the Polar Bears. You know, they were down by as many as 7 early on. Had to take a couple of timeouts. I think one of them was for Tim DeBevick to kind of let the officials know his feelings about the offensive foul that wasn't called down there. But Jackson not rattled by all of that. That's a great sign for a young team, you know, facing adversity for the first time this season. They were able to regroup and come back and take a halftime lead against a really good Hoover team.
So on the floor for the Vikings, it's Geiselman, Newell, Brady McCann, and Hunter Hirschberger, and Cole O'Lear. For the Polar Bears, can't see it just yet. It's going to be Morris, Loy, O'Byrne, Maurer, and Muleman. So the starters, both starting lineups back in.
Well, let's see if Hoover can get Connor Newell going here in the second half. Scoreless in the first half, had a couple of good looks at threes, didn't get him to fall. Let's see if they can get him going.
O'Lear gets it to Newell, fast ball moving by Hoover. Geiselman inside. Turnover, back to Hirschberger. Hirschberger spins through, loses it, falls into the hands of Loy. Loy inside, throws another interception. That's O'Lear. Connor Newell. Connor Newell back to Hirschberger. Newell will get this back to the high post. Three-pointer. Can't fall. O'Byrne with the board. Jackson 31, Hoover 27. Morris, pull-up jumper, can't find it. Rebounded by Muleman. Muleman put one up. He gets fouled by Newell. So he'll head to the strike. Has a chance to put this up by 6.
That was an open look by Connor Newell down there at the other end of the court for Hoover. Just couldn't get it to fall. You know, good sign for Jackson is Hoover being unable to hit a lot of threes as Muleman misses the first free throw for Jackson. But they were able to make up from that by getting a lot inside.
So Muleman makes both of his free throws. Oh, excuse me. Makes one. I apologize. Looking at the scoreboard, I realized my mistake. Almost a minute down here in the third quarter. It's Jackson 32, Hoover 27. Geiselman to Hirschberger inside. Hirschberger's fouled. He'll head to the strike. So important for Jackson to kind of stay off their defenders. Don't let them get that front shoulder in on them. I think the refs are going to call any contact that they see at this point.
Yeah, Hirschberger, 5 points for the Vikings. 2 free throws coming up. First one is good. Now, if you're Hoover, I believe 5 points was their biggest deficit in this game. Might be the first taste of adversity this season that they're facing. So Hirschberger gets the second one to rattle home.
Zach Zieler in for Muehlman. Ball's plucked out by O'Leary. And in pursuit of the ball, it's still going to go Jackson way. Jackson 32, Hoover 29. 6 minutes 48 to go left here in the third. Jackson ball. Caden Roy with the dice up Hirschberger. Ball stolen. O'Leary down the court. Goes inside to Geisman. Geisman inside, puts it through. Morris almost had a hand on that.
Boy, Geisman just really been a force tonight inside. Might be 7 of 8, 7 of 9 from the field, but he's got 14 points as Connor Newell picks up his 3rd foul for the Vikings. So that's going to bring Dre Martin back in the game.
Newell, rough go of things with the foul calls. Tough to see. They're not going to utilize him until a little bit longer into the fourth. 6 minutes, 20 seconds now left here in the third. Jackson 32, Hoover 31. Moore inside. Hop stepping to Joe. Puts it in. 3-point game. Jackson 34, Hoover 31. Hirschberger on Moore. Goes to Geisman on that left wing. Back to Hirschberger. He gets the screen. Hirschberger, deep 3, puts it up. Knocks off the back of the rim, but O'Leary, 5'9", puts it into Geiselman, and Geiselman lays it up with his right. And O'Leary, very impressive, an undersized guard for sure, but he's making a big impact on this game, Mike.
Yeah, 16 points for Geiselman.
To the corner, it's Zieler. Zieler to O'Byrne. O'Byrne guarded by Martin. O'Byrne gets to Loy. And Loy, mid-range jumper. Hits the back of the backboard as Hirschberger goes inside to Martin. Martin in transition, puts it through. Now it's Hoover 35, Jackson 34. We're going back and forth in Massillon.
Yeah, just like that, Jackson's 5-point lead gone. And the Vikings back on top.
More to O'Byrne. O'Byrne, deep 3. Can't knock it through. Gotta wonder if they still want him to take those. O'Byrne in transition picks it up. And it's given to Marr. Marr on Dre Martin, puts it through. Falls, and he'll get the and one. So Hoover already at 3 fouls. 4 minutes, 52 seconds to go left here in the third. Jackson 36, Hoover 35.
You know, I know we've got a lot of game to go here, and a lot can happen between now and the end of the game. But this is a really good sign for Jackson as Maurer hits the free throw to give him 7 for the night, spreading the wealth. And remember, they haven't played in a while, so they're not showing any rust for not playing since the end of November.
Another 3 taken by Hirschberger. It's no good. Jackson 37, Hoover 35. Chase Moore slowing down the tempo. Hands it off to Morris. Morris to O'Byrne. O'Byrne on that right wing. He hands it off to Moore. And Moore to Loy in the corner. Dribbles through. Deep 3, tempting to Chase Moore, but he won't take it. He'll look to drive through instead. 3 ball almost taken by Morris. He'll go behind his legs. Say the closest comp
Yeah, it was good patience down there by Maurer. It looked like he thought about it twice. It was like, maybe that's a little too deep there, but...
Yeah, he watched those Ethan O'Byrne shots sitting off the back of the rim. Still going in. He was like, I still don't want to take that chance. O'Byrne, the inbounder.
We got an offensive foul on Jackson here. It's going to go against Caden Lloyd, his first. On the other end, we had a foul on Hunter Hirschberger, his second. So Hoover up to 14 fouls midway here through the third quarter.
Trey Martin will hand it off to McCann to start. Back over to Martin, back to Hirschberger. Martin, 3 up, 3, can't fall. Geisman beats on the board, puts it inside to Hirschberger. Hirschberger saves it. Nope, his foot was out. John Collins getting ready to suit back up. Collins going to go in for Geiselman.
22, John Collins.
Moore, primary ball handler for the Boy Bears. He'll take it right side to the volleyball stripe, cross over to his left, almost clunked by Collins, and he'll have to get through. Jump ball.
Well, Collins entering the game. This is going to be the first action of the season for him. Did not play in Hoover's first 2 games. Don't know the exact reason why.
Doesn't look like he's showing any rust so far. Morris, right wing, pull up 3, finds it! He's hyped. Gets back to the other side of the floor. Is Grady Martin going to take it down for Hoover? Jackson 40, Hoover 35, 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Martin over to Hirschberger. Hirschberger fakes the 3. Pull-up jumper. Can't get it off. But he'll go to the strike.
Mason Morris is a freshman, right? That's not a misprint. Mason Morris is a freshman.
He is a freshman, and he's got 13 with 2 threes.
Well, he gets the foul there on Hunter Hirschberger. It's going to be a shooting foul as Hirschberger misses the first free throw. 3:08 to go in the third quarter. Jackson with a 40-35 lead.
Hirschberger's second, can't find it. He gets his own board, puts it up, and he's fouled. He'll go right back to the stripe. And now some redemption for Hirschberger as he'll go to the line.
A good hustle by Hirschberger, gets his own offensive rebound and is fouled by Zach Zeiler for Jackson. 2 more free throws for Hirschberger. This time he gets the first drop.
Preston Lee coming in for Dre Martin.
And number 40,
Cole O'Leary coming in for McCann. So some changes on the Vikings end. Looking more of a small ball lineup with Collins in as well. So it's Morris giving it back to Moore and he'll go. O'Leary will pick him up at half court. Quick burst by Zeeler. Zeeler in for the Polar Bears. Open to Morris. Morris on Collins. Steps back. Puts one over to the right side. It's Moore. He tries to push off and he loses it. And it's going to be Jackson ball. So they're going to say it must have been some type of illegal contact. O'Byrne, the inbounder for the Polar Bears. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Jackson 40, Hoover 36. Moore to O'Byrne, and the whistle is blown, so it'll be Hoover ball. It's going to be a foul on Sealer.
Zeiler, 2 quick fouls for him. Now
So
Jackson up to 5 team fouls, not shooting the free throws here because it was player control.
Pull O'Leary. Over to Hirschberger, back to O'Leary now at the key. He'll look to dribble it inside. Collins puts one up. And O'Byrne, scary stuff, goes on the back of Collins. Helped up by his guys, but he'll be called for a foul for that. That might be the most obvious over the back.
It's kind of lucky he landed on his back like that, or he might have flipped over.
It looked like he was about to do a backflip, Mike.
John Collins Misses the first free throw. Boy, this is a thing you'd like, if you're Hoover, you'd like to start seeing to clean up here. 4 out of their last 5 misses, now 5 out of 6.
So still a 4-point game. Jackson 40, Hoover 36. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go left here in the third. Mora with a dribble handoff to Caden Roy. Inside is Morris. He picks it back up, but it's stripped by Collins. Collins to O'Leary. O'Leary over on that left side. Looks to over-dribble it and gets it back to Morris. Morris going up. He's fouled.
Well, that foul's going to be on Hunter Hirschberger for the Vikings now. 2 of their best players with 3 fouls. Newell picks up his 3rd earlier in the quarters to the bench. Hirschberger gets his 3rd. I don't think he's going to the bench.
2 minutes left to go here in the third. Jackson now in the bonus. And Hoover also in the bonus. So it'll be 1-1. 1-1.
And Mason Morris, first free throw is good. 14 points for the freshman to lead Jackson. Roman Geiselman with 16 to lead Hoover. And Morris gets his 2nd.
So now a 6-point game with 1:59 to go. Both teams now in the bonus. Jackson 42, Hoover 36. Cole O'Leary. Over. Travel called on Preston Lee. And Dre Martin.
And number 15, Drew Taylor.
Coming in for Hirschberger.
Jackson with an opportunity to really put a little bit of pressure on the Vikings here in the final minute or so of this quarter. 6-point lead.
Jackson 42, Hoover 36, 1:42 to go. O'Byrne offset the key by about 3 steps up. Caden Lloyd fires a pass to O'Byrne. O'Byrne for 3. Hits the back of the rim again, but won't count. It's going to be a foul on number 44. That's Caden O'Leary. Interesting how Caden O'Leary, 6'2". Cole O'Leary, 5'9".
Mike Blue's going to get Brady McCann and Roman Geiselman back in the game as Caden Lloyd hits his first free throw. He's got 9 on the night, his first point of the second half. John Collins and Caden O'Leary sitting for Hoover. Giovanni stands into the game for Chase Maurer for Jackson. As Loyal try to get 2 free throws here, and he does. 10 points for Loy.
So Loy, he's got 10 on the night. 1:30 to go left here in the third. Jackson 44, Hoover 36. Dre Martin. This is an inside to Geiselman. Geiselman tries to put it up. No foul called. Giovanni stands, taking it down the court from Jackson. Lloyd with the crossover, spins around, fires to the corner. Stands from 3. Caden Lloyd opening up opportunities for his team. Very valuable. He didn't see that much. He had 3 assists in his first game against Kent Roosevelt. Way more this game. And some spectacular passes like that as well. As I say that, Dre Martin dribbles and drives to the basket. And he's fouled, so he'll get a strike.
Foul will be on Zach Seiler, his 3rd. Boy, Giovanni stands making an impact off the bench for Jackson. A couple of big threes as Dre Martin's first free throw is no good. Another missed opportunity at the line for Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover's going to be working on foul shots quite a bit this coming week.
It stands with the threes, the defense. As Dre Martin hits his 2nd. 47-37 Jackson.
Stands to Morris. Morris lays off Lloyd. Looking to cook up, make some space. Steps back, behind his back, almost loses it, stays with it. Gonna pass it off to O'Byrne. O'Byrne keeps with it. Trying to go up for a tough lay. He'll hand it over.
Yeah,
Timeout called.
Yeah, Tim DeVec will take a timeout, try to draw something out. I'm assuming they'll go for a shot at the end of the quarter unless they get something open. But Jackson, boy, it seems like 10 minutes ago they looked really in trouble early in this game. But what a job of them being able to regroup, and now it's Hoover that's facing the uphill battle. They'll get Connor Newell and Hunter Hirschberger back into the game at the start of the fourth quarter. You look at McCann, Newell, Hirschberger, between the three of them combined for 13 points tonight. You see a lot of more production from those three. But Roman Geiselman, a big night inside for the Vikings, keeping them in this, but they trail 47-37.
29.3 to go left here in the third. Stands the inbounder for the Polar Bears. He's going to float one up to Loy. Loy comes down with it. Loy on Martin. DeBebeck says, take the last shot. Dre Martin looking to press up. Loy inside, puts one up. Can't find it. Puts up his own board, no good either. So 10 seconds to go. Dre Martin, the ball handler, gives it to Cole. O'Lear, and inside, it's Drew Taylor. And as the clock expires, it's Jackson 47, Hoover 37 as we take it to a break here from the Letter Live.
Vikings 37.
Welcome back to the Letter Live here from Jackson High School in Massillon, Ohio. It's Jackson 47, Hoover 37 in a Federal League opening night for both of these teams. Jackson have only played one game. That game was in November. Hoover has played two. But no signs of rust shown for the Polar Bears at this point in time as they lead the Vikings by 10 as we head into our final quarter of play.
And as expected, Connor Newell and Hunter Hirschberger back into the game for the Vikings.
Cole O'Lear to Hunter Hirschberger on that right wing. He wants to make some space, goes inside to Cole O'Lear. O'Lear inside. Once again, Cole O'Lear. He's got 5 points on the night, but all those 5 points have been very crucial, also dishing it out to his teammates as well. Can't understate how much he is integral to this Hoover offense. And this is playing exactly into Hoover's favor. Jackson 47, Hoover 39, a low-scoring affair. Just how Mike Bluey likes it, head coach of the Vikings. We talked to him before the game. Mason Morris takes it inside, he's fouled. So that adds one to the count so far, about 48 seconds in.
Number 34, Black.
But they're going to get Roman Geiselman with a foul there for
Mason Morris.
Hoover. Mason Morris going to the free throw line for Jackson. It's 3 of 3 from the line tonight, and making that 4 of 4. That gives the Polar Bears a 48-39 lead.
Mason Morris, I mean, you gotta imagine we pick him up for a post-game interview after the game that everybody listening to can watch on the Letter Media Network YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I mean, he is a freshman, right?
Oh, yeah. Hirschberger over on that right wing. He'll hand it to Geiselman. Geisman to Hirschberger. Hirschberger driving through. He's closed up. Jackson back to that man. As there's a three taken by Brady McCann. Geisman gets the board, but it's hit out of his hands by Muehlman. Muehlman, he's got 3 fouls tonight. Newell inside to Hirschberger. Hirschberger over 3 guys all at once. Puts it over, and now it's an 8-point game. Jackson 49, Hoover 41. Hirschberger hits the 10-point mark now in the 4th quarter. Cole Lear staying full court pressure. And there's going to be an offensive foul, an illegal screen. I think they're going to actually say that was a blocking foul.
Yeah, foul on Chase Maurer. That's his 3rd.
Connor Newell back in the game for the Vikings going into the 4th here. He's got 3 fouls on the night. Hirschberger's also got 3. Geisman. They're going to let him shoot, but he doesn't take it. Hirschberger. They'll let Hirschberger shoot, and Hirschberger can't knock it down. No burn with the board. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go left here in the 4th.
Yeah, good idea by Hirschberger, just couldn't get the open shot to fall.
6 minutes, 3 seconds to go left here in the 4th. Jackson 49, Hoover 41. Kane Noloy kicks one out. And he goes down. They're going to call a spot foul.
Number 20, Black.
Foul on Brady McCann. That's his 2nd.
The Arizona inbound, number 4.
You have to watch closely here. They don't give you the names of the person who commits the foul here at Jackson. It's number
hard
20,
work.
Black.
It's hard work. Cole Lear, slippery, puts it into Hirschberger. Hirschberger, tough lay inside, and now it's a 6-point game. 5 minutes, 45 to go. Jackson 49, Hoover 43. Hirschberger's got 12 off the assist from Cole Lear. Caden Loy at the polar bear, standing on the tongue. Looking across up Hirschberger. Hirschberger won't let him pass him just yet. Man being played. Loy loses it, but picks it back up. Loy looking to drive through. Mid-range jumper. Can't put it in. And on the board, it's Brady McCann. Hirschberger inside. Tough lay. No good. But he'll get fouled, and he'll go to the stripe again. And that's going to be another foul on Mason Morris. He's not happy about it. He's got 2. For a kid who scored 17 points, he's not really finding himself in much foul trouble now with 5 minutes and 9 seconds left.
Well, Hirschberger looking like he's trying to will Hoover back into this game. He's got 4 points already in the quarter, making 5, up to 13 on the night. And just like that, in the first 3 minutes, Hoover has cut Jackson's 10-point lead in half. It's 49-44.
All it takes is one run, Mike. Hirschberger's 2nd free throw is good. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to go left here in the 4th. It's Jackson 49, Hoover 45. Hirschberger's got 14. Geiselman's got 16 for the Vikings. Caden Loy hands it to Mason Morris. Morris and Muehlman switching positions as they go to the corner for Moore. Moore, contested 3. Air ball. Not even close. Dre Martin dribbling it up. Connor Newell back to Hirschberger on that right side. Hirschberger back to Newell, and now back to O'Leary. 4 out, 1 in as 3 go inside. Dre Martin dices up, back to Newell, and back to Martin. Martin trying to go through Morris, puts one up. Can't get it to go. That ball taken by Dre Martin, and it's still Hoover ball. Inside, it's Geiselman. Beautiful, beautiful ball security.
Great hustle by Martin to keep that alive. I mean, he could have easily called the timeout, but they saved the timeout, keep the possession, get the basket.
Carter Muehlman hands it to Loy. Loy pushed by Hirschberger, and they're going to give him a foul for that. That inches way closer. Now instead of 2 fouls, they've got 3. And it's hard to put that into words that Hirschberger's got 4, and now Hoover's in foul trouble. Lloyd guarded by O'Leary. They switched him. Dishing inside. Foul called on O'Leary. And now, 4 fouls on Hoover.
Well, Hirschberger's got to have to be careful here, playing with 4 fouls. Big reason why his team has been able to kind of claw back into this. Well, not kind of. They have clawed back into this. Down by 2. Now down by 3 as Mulliman hits his first free throw. He's got 4 points on the night. Second free throw is also good.
Hirschberger staying in the game with 4 fouls. Next person closest to him is Carter Mulliman for the Polar Bears. O'Leary to McCann. McCann to Newell and back to O'Leary. Hirschberger's got it on that left wing. Looking to get it back at the key.
Now we got our second person with 4 fouls. This time it's Jackson's Chase Maurer.
Foul number 4, White. In return to Polar Bears.
13th foul on Jackson. It's Caden Lloyd back into the ball game for the Polar Bears.
Geiselman to Hirschberger. Hirschberger inside. Tough lay. Blocked. Put back up by Geiselman. 2-point game. Jackson 51. Hoover 49. And Jackson taking a full timeout with 3 minutes, 22 seconds left. We will be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live here from Jackson High School in Massillon, Ohio. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go. You're listening on the Letter Media Network YouTube channel. My name's Aiden Brueck, your play-by-play. I'm joined by Mike Popovich, legendary Camp Repository sports reporter. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go left here in the fourth, and it's Jackson 51, Hoover 49. Mike, officially close game alert on the Letter Live.
Close game alert, and we love close game alerts.
Oh boy, we thrive. Lloyd, pushed by Cole O'Leary. And now O'Leary, he's got 2 fouls. That puts Jackson in the bonus. Lloyd's going to get 1 and 1.
Well, Jackson pretty successful at the free throw line tonight. And they're going to have that continue if they're able to close this game out. Caden Lloyd misses his first. Lloyd 2 of 2 at the line before that miss.
Brady McCann and Connor Newell back in for the Vikings. Here's Lloyd's second. Puts it up. Finds it. 3-point game, 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Hirschberger hands it off to Newell. Newell taking it past half court. O'Leary with it now. Over to the left wing. Hands it to McCann, and McCann over to Hirschberger. Hirschberger now. 3-ball! 3-ball in! Tie ball game. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. It's Hunter Hirschberger. He's got 17. 52-52. Jackson and Hoover. It's Roy on O'Leary. At the key. 5 steps back. He loses the ball. Newell's got it. Transition. Lloyd puts it up. Newell inside. He's got it. Hoover takes the lead. 54-52. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left. Chase Martin. Stared down by Hirschberger. And Mason Morris now with it for the Polar Bears. He's guarded by Geiselman. Looking to dice up. Steps through. Both plucked. Hirschberger had it. O'Leary bounces it back. Hirschberger inside. Passes it out. It's McCann to Newell. Newell three. Newell three. Timeout taken by Coach Dubovik on the Jackson side. And Hunter Hirschberger high-fiving the fans in the stands as we are heated up here in Jackson.
What a sequence there for Hoover. I mean, first of all, you get the Hirschberger three with a hand in his face, no less. I thought he might have drew a foul on that. Gets that one to drop. And then 2 steals, setting up 2 baskets. And Connor Newell is probably saying to himself, boy, at long last, I'm able to make an impact in this game. He hits that big three, and all of a sudden, Hoover is up by 5. 57 to 52.
And right there, Coach Dubovik took that time out, but didn't look like he used much of the time. With about 40 seconds left, he sends his guys back on the court. Connor Newell commanding the huddle over here. True leadership. Now Bluey takes back over here on the Hoover bench. This is the luxury of sitting this close, isn't it? On the floor for the Vikings, John Collins, Caden O'Lear, Cole O'Lear, Trey Martin, and Connor Newell. Mason Morris on the inbound for Jackson. He hands it to Chase Moore. O'Byrne with it now. Hands it back to Moore on that left side. Left perimeter. Off-ball screens coming through and through. Moore inside. No good. That had no chance. And that went up and over the rim and off the outside of the right corner of that backboard.
Well, Jackson, you got to be patient here.
Mason Morris gets the ball off the inbound, and it's going to be a foul on Newell.
Yeah, reaching foul on Newell. That puts him with 4 fouls right now. Hirschberger with 4 fouls, Newell with 4 fouls for Hoover.
McCann and Hirschberger getting ready to sub back in. 4-point game after Morris's first foul shot. Morris has got 18 with 1:31 to go.
That's kind of a best-case scenario for Jackson there. Newell with maybe an unnecessary reach in there. This team's over the limit, puts Jackson at the free throw line.
Morris misses his second, and Martin able to muscle the ball out of Muleman's hands. Jackson running the full court trap. They'll pick him up about 75% through the court. Hirschberger over to Newell. O'Leary to Martin. Puts it through. Hoover 59, Jackson 53. Minute, 9 seconds to go left here in the fourth. Trey Martin playing close up on him. And Muleman loses it. Back to Newell. Newell to Hirschberger. Hirschberger to McCann. Hirschberger. Alley lay-up. And another timeout taken by the Polar Bears.
Run clock. Hoover says, no, we're not going to run clock. We're just going to play our game here. And Hirschberger with the shot to possibly put his team in the they're in the driver's seat right now. 61-53 inside the final minute. Remember, Hoover was down by 10. I believe the score was 49-39. They were down 47-37 coming into this quarter. So in this quarter alone, Jackson has been outscored 24-6 by the Vikings.
Coming out of the timeout, Geiselman's back in for Hoover. And Hirschberger will sub out.
Hunter Hirschberger, 19 points on the night, but he's come up big here in the fourth quarter, 11 of his 19.
The Vikings, 51 seconds away from a Federal League win and undefeated to start league play. Moore airballs the way, gets it to Muleman. Muleman to Lloyd. Lloyd, desperation three, finds it! Lloyd got got it from deep. Now Dre Martin can't succumb to the pressure. Dre Martin with it now. Travel called. It's Jackson ball. 32 seconds to go. Hirschberger and Newell ready to go back in the game for the Vikings. Bluey tells him to sit back down.
I was going to say for a minute, Hoover's going to have to win this game at the free throw line, but the turnover, 2-possession game.
O'Byrne inbounds it to Moore. O'Byrne cuts through. Moore spins around, puts one up. It's blocked by Martin. 25 seconds to go. They get it to Cole O'Leary. And a timeout taken by Hoover. 21.7 seconds to go. Hoover 61, Jackson 56 after a deep three by Caden Lloyd.
But now Hoover's probably going to have to win this game at the free throw line, but Jackson has to commit 2 more fouls to put Hoover at the line. They only have 3 team fouls.
Like you said, by 2 team fouls, Jackson's got a little bit of breathing room.
Jackson, you want to try to force a turnover here on this inbound, and then if you can't, you're going to have to start fouling. Hoover a little iffy at the free throw line earlier tonight. 21.7 seconds to go.
Connor Newell, the inbounder. Well, put Newellman on him. 6'5" frame, easy. Not going to be easy to get the ball over him. Hirschberger inside. Easy bucket. No good, but he's fouled. So
That's going to be
Hirschberger.
all for Chase Maurer. He's going to foul out of the game. Maurer leaves with 7 points. And Hunter Hirschberger going to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's going to be a shooting foul. Hirschberger, the guy that got the Vikings going early in this quarter when they needed somebody to get them going. And he's not slowed down.
Collins comes in for McCann as Hirschberger makes his first.
It's 20 points on the night for Hirschberger. Half of them have come, actually 12 points have come in this quarter. And his second one is good as well.
Jackson's got to get this ball in on a 3-point shot. Morris taking it down. Who else but Morris to take the shot? Morris dribbling through. Has to put up a prayer. Gives it to Lloyd. Lloyd, another deep 3. Can't make it. Rebounded by Hoover. And Newman with 5.7 seconds to go. Sends Hoover back to the line. And the Jackson stands start clearing out.
Well, what a gutty effort this was for Hoover. Down 10 coming into this quarter. They hadn't been down, I don't think, at all in this season. And they're going to come away with a well-deserved win as John Collins hits the first of 2 free throws. Go 3-0 on the season. Collins again is good.
And as time expires, it's Hoover 65, Jackson 56. The Vikings outlast a 10-point deficit after going up 7 points in the first quarter. A slow start in the second half turned into an explosive turn of events for the Vikings. And Hoover walks into the Antarctic and comes out with Santa's sleigh. How was that, Mike? Was that good? Santa's in the North Pole, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I blew that one. But you see, you knew what I was going for, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
yes,
you knew what
did.
I was going for. How would you word it?
I don't know. I'm a writer. That's not a good look by me. That's not a good look by me.
With that being said, thank you all for joining us here on The Letter Live from Jackson High School. I'm Aiden Brueck. This is Mike Popovich. We will be at McKinley St. Ignatius tomorrow. You can tune in at 6:50 here on the Letter Media Network YouTube channel and check the Letter Media Network YouTube channel and Twitter for our post-game interviews with Hoover. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a safe night, and Mike and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.